Shalom, Yashrala. It's your brother Dawud from GMS Tampa Bay '07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to edify the elect. All right? Continuing on with these here stories, you know what I'm saying, to, again, edify the elect on why it's important to, you know what I'm saying, keep your eyes on this F-35 and this S-400 when it comes to being in the news, you know, as far as this being a major build-up, you know, to the tensions and the unraveling of this system, all right? The build-up of World War III and the unraveling of this system to fall into Babylon, all right? So getting into this here article, it says, Pentagon hiding life-threatening F-35 design flaws to meet deadline, all right? All in the old-fashioned spirit of Esau, you know, being deceitful and deceptive, you know, being a damn devil, you know, hiding the facts, you know, just to meet a damn deadline, you know. He ain't got no patience, but nevertheless, getting into this article, it says the U.S. F-35 program is still apparently, the U.S. F-35 program is apparently still suffering from hundreds of major technical flaws, and the military is trying to conceal their severity to avoid scheduled delays and cost overruns, a watchdog said. Really, they got like thousands of problems. Really, the whole plane is a disaster. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, they're trying to hide this information just so that they can keep it on schedule, keep producing. They just want, you know, just like if you work for Esau and like you know, big business, not corporate America, but well, really, yeah, corporate America too. I can see it in corporate America. Really any kind of large scale operation in Esau's systems. When you working behind the scenes of shit like that, putting shit together, where it's got to be, you know what I'm saying, sold to the public in some kind of way or consumer. You know what I'm saying? Esau put some shit together real quick, stuff some shit together, and package the shit nice just to throw it out there for your ass, just to make a sale instead of, you know, giving you a good quality product, you know, like, all right, it's on delay a little bit. We couldn't fulfill it on time, but let us make it right for you, you know. Instead, he'll just rush some half-ass shit to you, all right? And that's exactly what they got with this damn plane going on, all right? So it says, officials overseeing the development of the F-35 fighters have apparently deliberately downplayed some critical deficiencies that can endanger lives of both pilots and troops on the ground, said the Project on Government Oversight, an independent watchdog. Let me keep reading. It says it obtained the Pentagon's agency documents, which show that there are no justification or plans to fix the flaws still plaguing the $1.5 trillion program. Now, hang on. I'm going to read this and I'll address that at the top. It says, instead of fixing them, the problems were just recategorized. The Deficiency Review Board of the Joint Strike Fighters Program Office downgraded 19 Category 1 problems to a less serious Category 2 without providing any plan to correct 10 of these critical design flaws. Category 1 deficiencies may cause death, severe injury, or severe occupational illness, may cause loss or major damage to a weapon system, critically restrict the combat readiness capabilities of using organization, or result in production line stoppage, according to the U.S. military. Yeah, I gotta read all the way down here. All right. It says, the list of the most critical issues include problems with, did I read this? It says Category 2 deficiencies could impede or constrain successful mission accomplishments. The categories are assigned to deficiencies by testing personnel who identify them during the test evaluation process. In many cases, however, the board acted on its own with no apparent justification or evidence that the flaws were in fact not as serious as initially categorized. So they're lying about it. But I'm going to keep reading for a little bit. It says the list of the most critical issues includes problems with the emergency alert system when pilots eject. All right, and really in that day, they ain't gonna really need to eject, you know what I'm saying, or need to find their ass once they not gonna eject, man. The Lord gonna bring their ass to the valley of Jehoshaphat and be buried right there. All right, it says damage to the plane caused by the tail hook on the Navy variant. All right, and shit, they ain't gonna need that tail hook neither. Hey, they ain't gonna be going back to the home base for shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't need to land. They ain't gonna need to land. Once they take off, that's just gonna be it for their ass. The Lord gonna bring them back down to the ground. Or the lack of any means for a pilot to confirm a weapon. Now listen to this part. It says, or the lack of any means for a pilot to confirm a weapon's target data before firing, which could lead to troops on the ground being hit by friendly fire. All right. So, you know, I wanted to read all through this because it's kind of, a little, and here and there, they kind of going into some of the problems of this damn plane. All right, really, the whole damn plane is a mess. But nevertheless, they talk about the problems with the ejection system on the Navy plane, which has to land on those aircraft carriers in the water. You know what I'm saying? Part of the landing hook. You know what I'm saying? Tears off part of the damn plane. Also, really, the landing gear is all fucked up anyway, because there was that one accident not too long ago here in Florida. All right. Also, the damn stealth paint get removed at, how they say, hypersonic speed, and then the hypersonic drive really don't even work on a damn plane. You see what I'm saying? The plane fall apart in the air. The communication systems of the plane is fucked up. All right. And they're not really mentioning that these planes, like I said, this in another lesson, this plane here is basically, well, they didn't have it. America didn't have it first. They claim they had it first, but really, and this is the reason why America or Donald Trump is threatening retaliation over China stealing, how they call it, intellectual property or technology and stuff like that, talking about this F-35 when China made their plane. But, China and Russia are working together, so the Su-57, which, China got their plane out too as well. But that's what it's supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? But this plane ain't quite nowhere near functional, all right? But this American plane is just falling apart at the seams, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, nowhere up to par. It's supposed to be a stealth fighter, which they had stealth fighters beforehand. But, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole plane is just a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of articles on all the different problems, all the different times these shits, not to say crashed or had to have emergency landing. I think some of them did actually crash. But these planes are just pieces of shit, But this is the one system plane, all right, that they want all of NATO to have. Why? Because of the communication system. It's not just the plane itself. It's the whole internal system of the damn plane, how it can communicate. It's like a whole new weapon system, all right? The new line of weapons, they're going to all be able to communicate with one another, all right? They're going to all be driven basically by D-Wave computer chips, super processors, all right? Quantum computers, like mind-boggling numbers of data processed at mind-boggling speeds. You see what I'm saying? So these shits have the speed to run through multiple thousands, if not millions, of simulations of combat and shit like that in less than seconds. You know what I'm saying? Compute all kind of information. All right. But nevertheless, they're going to all work together with one another. You know what I'm saying? Autonomously. All right. This is the system they envision to have, both sides. But only Russia and China don't really got this shit. America's systems don't work like that. All right. Like the scriptures say, hey man, the Lord going to basically turn the light out on America. You know what I'm saying? Turn out the soothsayers and the sorcerers and the wizards and all that shit, roughly paraphrasing, they wise guys, here it's going to be cut off for them. All right. So they demonic ass power ain't really working like it used to. All right. With these weapons. All right. So as you see, they their nuclear program is like way outdated and it's raggedy as shit. You see what I'm saying? And not only on that, they far behind on the arms race when it comes to Russia. Russia is exploding every other month. You know what I'm saying? With some new shit coming out. All right. They the new arms dealer. All right. But America's still far behind. All right. But nevertheless, getting back on this here plane, you know what I'm saying? They talk about the AI system ain't really working well. They don't come out and say it's AI, but you know what I'm saying? The AI system don't work very well. And the, or not really the whole AI where the plane flying itself, but as far as targeting certain shit, like being able to establish who's your enemy and who's not your enemy, who's friendly, who's not, the equipment. All right. Whose radar is this? That's our radar, they radar. Who troops are these? Are these your troops or my troops? Whose stuff is this up here? These planes can't decipher none of this stuff, although they're supposed to be. All right. So America's plane is a complete disaster all the way around, which is showing you also why, in a carnal sense, why these other countries are beef. Like they looking at America like they stupid. Like, no, nigga, we don't want your plane. We already buying shit from Russia. You can't tell us we can't buy shit from Russia. Like Turkey, they keep saying, America keeps saying, look, we gonna stall the process, the delivery of these F-35 to Turkey if y'all don't quit tripping and trying to buy the S-400. When in reality, Turkey trying to buy the S-400 and they're like, look, nigga, we don't want your F-35 raggedy piece of shit. If we wanted planes like that, we go get them from Russia where they cheaper and they actually reliable. Y'all just tripping right now. Y'all tripping on all kind of shit, bro. Y'all hitting us with sanctions, all right? Fucking us up economically. Nigga, you threw spies in my country and try to overthrow my damn... First of all, you try to overthrow my military. Then you try to overthrow my government and topple me. What kind of shit was that? You see what I'm saying? Nah, hell nah, bro. We don't want your shit, bro. Then you trying to get us to buy this raggedy ass plane? No. You see what I'm saying? Same go on with with America's other allies, Germany. They telling Germany, first of all, you got to increase your spending for NATO, the NATO budget, the NATO military budget. And at this point in time, when we tell you to, not at the time we agree to, but at this point in time, and they like, hell nah, because we already broke going through straits. We not finna go even further broke and then buy some old bullshit, raggedy, non-working ass planes for your ass and have to deal with these niggas, and that shit don't work. All right, and Germany and France, they both want to create their own plane. All right, together with one another, and then also with some of the other European people with their technology and shit. All right, the Germans is smart as shit. That's I believe that's Tiemann. All right, but they smart as shit, so they don't know how to the Germans is the motherfuckers where we got all the damn technology we got from now. These are niggas who invented the damn ICBM missiles. All right, the damn space shuttle or a space rocket. All right, the damn nuclear bombs. Them the niggas who created all that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you go back into World War II, all right, over there in Poland, well, Germany, all right, you had these damn Germans creating all this shit. Adolf Hitler had the most advanced goddamn military the world had ever seen. All right, this nigga was the first nigga with rockets. All right, and I believe he was the first nigga with jet-powered airplanes. All right, this nigga was far out there. Now, when he fell, his military got split in half. All right, all his shit, they split his shit in half. You had Russia and America who split his spoil. All right, and with that, that's when you had the birth of NASA. America and Project Paperclip took all the top scientists from them and put them in the NASA. For what? Not space exploration, but to put weapons up in space and ICBMs for this Third World War. All right, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Continuing on with this here article, showing why all this is kind of kind of important and how all this is playing out. It's inevitable that hey man, the showdown is gonna have to take place. But the beautiful thing is we got the Comforter. The Comforter is telling us these things before they even happen. All right, and then that's what our job is to tell you. We the spiritual weatherman telling you, look, hey man, it's a storm coming. It's a day like no other. It's a dark day, even gross darkness. You see what I'm saying? That's the day that's coming, bro. It's a storm outside. Ain't nobody safe from. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we out here ringing the alarm bells and blowing the trumpet. All right. It says, continuing on, it says the list of the most critical issues includes problems with the emergency alert system when pilots eject, damage to the plane caused by the tail hook on the Navy variant, or the lack of any means for the pilot to confirm a weapon's target data before firing, which could lead to troops on the ground being hit by friendly fire. Now, speaking on that, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of revealing the fact that this shit is AI driven. All right, like I'm saying, I keep stressing the fact that in this new war, they don't really need human beings. They just gonna turn the switch on and all their robots gonna wake the fuck up and just start fighting each other. All right. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a real spiritual warfare. They don't really need soldiers no more. All right, but so when looking at the systems of these damn planes, right, and why it's so important, like from America's standpoint, the military, why it's so important that everybody get these damn planes. All right, because again, it's not gonna be like no manual operation here. It's gonna be all automated. But let's just say hypothetically, right, you got a plane, one of these damn fighter jets, right? Let's say the fighter jet is flying on a mission, right? But it ain't got no ammo, you know what I'm saying? Let's say the plane is breaking down or some shit. It's just flying as a sitting duck, you know what I'm saying? Solo, no ammo, no nothing, right? And it's just flying trying to get back to base, right? And now it's over the water and it's approaching the goddamn aircraft carrier or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And another destroyer. Now the destroyer pick up the damn jet on radar. Well, actually, how it would happen is the jet would pick up the damn destroyer on radar first. The goddamn boat wouldn't be able to see the damn jet at all. You know what I'm saying? But the plane would pick it up and it will react after, And America got this little fucking shit. Now, this shit go hypersonic speed, but I don't know about they planes. But it's this little shit that they got. It look like a little drone. It's a weird looking little thing, man. It come out the bottom of the plane, look like a goddamn, like a missile fired from the bottom of the plane. They shoot it out and wings come out and this shit is like a missile. Like this shit be hauling ass, right? This shit go way faster than the plane. Now, it'll go out. And what it is like a radar hunter, right? America will shoot it off, and this shit will go out super fast, right? But now on radar, like I try to say in some of the other videos, the new radar is a little different, man. It's not like the same old school radar. They camouflage and stuff is a little different. That's why this stealth fighter is different from the other type of stuff. They got different type of stealth now. They got digital stealth, right? Now with the digital stealth type of shit, they got how do I say it? Different type of way. Let's say for layman terms, all right? Because again, I ain't all super keen on all this shit. I don't know the official wording for all this shit, but let's just say they got like these binoculars, right? They look through the binoculars to see your ass, right, with the radar. And instead of your ass, popping up as a blip showing that you a plane or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? They looking at it as like an actual image of the shit coming, you know what I'm saying? But they got it in such a way that it would look like a 3D image, right? They would just have so if you could imagine like the movie The Matrix with the green little fucking numbers going down, right? Or the Where's Waldo books or the newspaper things where you cross your eyes or whatever to see the shit, the little 3D images, right? It'd be like a lot of shit like that, but then there'll be an image that will come out of that, you know what I'm saying? Or you'll see that image kind of popping out. So you'll be able to see the plane. But the new way of disguising that is they'll just digitally, because it's a digital image, all right, change the image of what you're seeing. So like literally you could be a soldier with these so-called binoculars, on your face, walking around, and there's a big ass tank right there in front of you, you know what I'm saying? But you couldn't see it with you could see it with your naked eyes, but you got these shits on, right? And you're looking at this shit, and then to you it looked like a bush, a trash can, maybe a person standing there, a little old Volkswagen, a telephone booth. It'll look like whatever the fuck they wanted it to look like, a horse. You see what I'm saying? And you would never know what it is, and they could be disguising a big ass tank right there, not even covered up or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But the digital camo on it is picking up that reading of what it is. So these little planes, or they're not planes, they like drones, but they shoot them out like missiles. Like the F-35 will shoot this shit out, right? Hypersonic speeds, this shit go out. Now because they'll know the radar's out there already, so they'll send this shit into the radar. Now and they want the radar to pick this shit up, but on the radar, what it's gonna look like with the digital radar, all right, it's gonna now this little ass missile looking thing, right? It's a drone. I don't know what the hell it is, but this thing here is it don't explode or nothing, but it's a decoy. What it's gonna do is it's gonna change its digital print, okay? Because they're looking at it through digital camouflage. All right, it's going to change its digital print from being a little small drone or a missile or whatever the fuck they picking it up as into an actual fighter jet. So it's going to just give off a reading like, yo, it's a fighter jet coming to your ass. You know what I'm saying? But not just one fighter jet. It's going to look like 10 fighter jets. You know what I'm saying? It's going to look like a whole swarm. So one fighter jet going to shoot off this little missile looking thing or a little drone looking plane looking thing, right? It's going to shoot this shit off, hypersonic speeds flying right in front of this one jet, right? Or maybe a whole squadron of jets. And it's going to see the ship before the ship see it. Now, the little thing that they shoot out, the little drone and shoot out, is going to intentionally get caught on radar, on digital radar, but it's going to appear to be 10 different fighter jets, 100 different fighter jets, however many, whatever the fuck it want to look like. All right, but it's going to appear as so many fighter jets. So the enemy now is going to start preparing for incoming attack. The S-400 and shit like that is going to pick this shit up. Incoming enemy. We got 20 planes coming. So now they're going to start activating all their S-400s around the area and start launching off all their ammo onto some fake-ass targets. So when they go to hit these targets, it's just hitting thin air. Or if they do actually hit the one little drone, it's just one fucking beacon. Who cares? But what we got you to do was we drew out all your positions, your radar, all your artillery. Now you got to either reload or you out of ammo. So now we can just come through and bomb that shit, right? So, you know what I'm saying? These planes is fucking high-tech as shit. Now, when they talk about the people on the ground, right, being injured and shit like that, you got to understand the systems of these planes is working autonomous with all kind of other shit, right? So now let's say in another scenario, you got this plane flying by itself, right? And, and they got no weapons on it, right? There's something wrong with the plane. Now it's about to get chased down, right? And this plane just flying, and now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, without human interaction, this plane pick up other planes on its six, you know what I'm saying, incoming missiles and shit like that. Now, it ain't got no defenses. It can't do shit about it. But the computer system take on, now the plane start flying itself to evade itself. It done checked all the systems, how fucked up it is, and evaluating the scenario because the AI in it is processing a million different scenarios and simulations within seconds. Oh shit, incoming missile. We got 15 seconds to impact. We're going to go through a million different simulations of how we can get the fuck up out of here because we already kind of hit, one engine blown. We got X amount of gas. The closest runway is this way. We can't call for backup. You know what I'm saying? We fucked. We got 15 seconds to make a decision. The computer says, okay, fuck that. Fuck the pilot, autopilot mode. We taking this bitch over. We're going to run through 1,000,001 different simulations of how this shit can play out. All right, we got X amount of this and that. We're going to process all this shit, keep it moving. Now, this plane, like, okay, who we got in the area? In the area, we got, a couple different, let's say it's the Russian side, or, the Russian side, right? We got a couple S-400s around. We got a couple destroyers around. We got a couple A-10 Warhogs or whatever the fuck around. We got some artillery around. But these niggas is sleeping. They ain't even, they don't even know what the fuck is coming on. All of a sudden, this plane here wake up all of these systems, and next thing you know, all the niggas on the base like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing they know, just shit start getting launched. This plane ain't got to worry about shit. Or maybe there's some other fighter jets around, and let's say it's another guy and they dog fighting, and he trying to evade somebody else, and he flying the opposite way. All of a sudden, one of his missiles take off and just come and boom, shoot somebody out the sky that's dodging this plane. Now, when these systems, like American systems, go haywire, all right, and you don't know who is who on the battlefield, and you got these rogue fucking AI planes just coming through, bombing the shit out of your own people, you see what I'm saying? There's a problem. Now, this is Pandora's box about AI. Once you turn this shit on, nigga, you ain't in control of this shit. These shits is self-replicating, self-programming, self-updating. All right? So, America's having problems where they not in control of this shit. That's the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So, as you see with these planes, they like, we having problems with the computer systems and the shit like that. They don't really want to talk about that because that exposes the AI capability, you know what I'm saying, and computer processors in these damn planes. They don't want to expose that shit. But that's basically what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? They turn these planes on, and there's nothing the pilot can do about it. This new generation of shit, they don't need the pilots. The pilots is there not to freak out to everybody else in the plane or anybody else around, seeing that you got planes just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. All right? And you can't control them. You can't tell them to stand down. You can't stop them. You can't switch them off and do, nah. You can't override nah. They making the best choices and the best decisions based off of what they think. That's what the fuck they're capable of. And they can do this shit at mind-boggling speeds. But again, when you have these shits turning on your own people, there's a problem, all right? But that's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Their whole shit is coming down on them, all right? It says the Pentagon's attempt to paper over serious problems with the F-35 are apparently caused by its desire to avoid further delays in the aircraft development schedule. Pogo said the F-35 built by Lockheed Martin was supposed to finish the 16-year development phase this year, all right? It says they want to be able to go up to Capitol Hill and say, nope, we don't have any more Category 1 deficiencies, Dan Glazer, a military fellow at Pogo, told Washington Examiner, adding that the developers are just 3 weeks away from a major deadline for initial test evaluation of the aircraft, which comes on September 15th. So they're approaching these deadlines as man, and like I said, if you look at the news and the things that's going on, man, we entering that season where shit is popping. All right, as you see, we're approaching this here date rapidly. Hey, man, they trying to push. So they're like, yo, man, this plane's supposed to be done. We supposed to have niggas getting this plane right here, right now. What the fuck's going on? Y'all better get right. But again, they fucking with AI. There's some shit that they not in control of. The shit taking over and doing its own thing. All right, and the plane itself, other mechanics of this plane is just raggedy as fuck, The wisdom is falling out of the hands of these Edomites, all right? It says in June, the U.S. Congressional Watchdog, the Government Accountability Office, also warned the Pentagon against moving to mass production of the plane until all technical issues are resolved. But what you think they're going to do anyway? They're going to keep pushing forward because Esau greedy. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to fill his belly. This is why the scripture saying Job, I believe Job chapter 20, where it's talking about he going to try to fill his belly. And basically, he going to be eating like an all-you-can-eat buffet, just cramming it all down. But when he about to fill his belly, you know what I'm saying? He going to fill it inside of his belly. All right? He gonna have that weird look on his face, and then he going to just basically vomit it all back up. And that's what's going on right now. He trying to stuff his face by, come on, hit the deadlines. Fuck that. Lie about this. Lie about that. Let's just push this plane. Y'all niggas buy this plane. ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. But when he get on the battlefield with that shit and this AI shit take over and start, turning on his damn ass, it's going to be real big problems for his ass. And we already know what the outcome of this shit is for him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he not going to rise back up. All right. It says the same report also found almost 1,000 various technical problems affecting the F-35 jet, including 111 designated as Category 1 flaws. The issues range from helmets that can hinder pilots' vision. All right, so now, when dealing with this helmet, when we go a little bit to this helmet shit, this is a badass system. All right, now this is a step down from the AI, but this is to kind of make the pilot feel a little better about himself. These helmets is bad as shit. They got a badass communication system with the other pilots, you know what I'm saying? And really, they like retina-driven airplanes. Like, you could fly the damn plane with just your retina eye, the retina from your eye. You know what I'm saying? You could select targeting from your eyeball. Like, literally, you could be flying a plane in a dogfight and the plane take over and maneuver for you, and you just follow the enemy with your eye, locking his ass on, and then you just shoot. You see what I'm saying? That was the kind of like the older system, but like I said, now they got the AI where the AI do all this shit. All right, it says the 5th generation stealth fighter built by Lockheed Martin was supposed to be a modular design for modifications adapted with, hold on, I'll skip something I wanted to go into. It says the issues range from the helmets that can hinder pilots' vision to stealth coating that might melt during flight at supersonic speeds. So now they do the stealth shit a little different nowadays. You know, this plane is a little different because now, just like I think the B-52 bomber, it don't have no straight edges. You know, this plane is completely rounded, and I believe it's completely rounded in all ways. There's no flat surfaces on this damn plane. You know, that's one way of being stealthy. You know, the radar got to be able to reflect off of something, bounce back. You know, and another way is, you know, actually the coating of the paint, which is radar reflective. You know, but then the other way, like I said, they got that new digital shit. But nevertheless, you know, they talking about this coating coming up off of their damn plane. You know, but and it also says at supersonic speeds. But really, there was another article I was looking into. You know what I'm saying? They having problems with that supersonic speed shit. You know, they can't really reach those speeds like that in that plane that successfully. All right. It says the 5th generation stealth fighter was built by Lockheed Martin, supposed to be a modular design with modifications adapted for the service of the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Marine Corps, and the U.S. Navy. However, the aircraft development repeatedly missed the deadlines, and the cost of each individual fighter jet is now estimated to surpass $120 million. So, like, these shits, actually, that's pretty, not to say pretty cheap, but, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not that bad of a deal, because they didn't have, like, you know, some shit that was like $1 billion. But, you know what I'm saying? This plane is a massive failure for them economically and everything. You know what I'm saying? It says the notorious jet has also repeatedly faced various technical issues while flying. Most recently, an F-35 plane had to perform an emergency landing after experiencing a technical malfunction over Floridian skies. When it already parked, the jet's front nose gear collapsed, adding to the misery. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's spiritual. How, you know what I'm saying, they had that bird laid out on the damn runway, you know, nose down in the, how you say, like, you know how they say the saying about a dog running away with his tail tucked between his legs, you know, he was shamed, you know, he got put to shame, you know, and he running away. Same way with that damn eagle, then face down on the damn ground, you know, and well, just like that damn airplane he was in, all right, was nose down on the damn ground in a shameful position, you know, instead of standing upright, proud and strong, you know. Same way it is looking for America, you know. It's that eagle, same way as on that damn runway, nose down, you know, and on a downhill decline. That's why Donald Trump's slogan was to make America great again, all right? It says also in December 2017, a U.S. Air Force F-35 fighter jet lost a panel during a routine training mission in Okinawa. So, yeah, and like I said, man, these planes is pieces of shit, man. They be falling apart. They all over the place, but nevertheless, these planes, like, you know what I'm saying? These planes is, you know, the AI system, you know, is bugged the fuck out. You know, they ain't got no control over it, but it's also just bugged the fuck out. You know what I mean? But the most important part of this was just to note that, not to say how crazy the details of how crazy this plane was, but just to gather enough information to know that, damn, off any of these one scenarios alone, you wouldn't want to buy this damn plane, let alone trying to shove this shit down all of NATO's throats, you know, and see now why these countries are going to be mad about this damn plane and why this plane keeps coming up in the news, and, you know, why they tussling and going back and forth between the S-400 and this F-35. This is, you know, going to be the catalyst between the breakup between the whore and the beast, you know. These are some of the issues, also economically, you know, and other things like that. But, you know, this is one of the military reasons why these countries are starting to hate each other. Well, why these countries that make up the beast are starting to hate the whore, all right? But we're going to go ahead and close this one here out with that. Lord Wilderness here was edifying into the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. All right. Until next time, I say stay strong. Shalom.